There was a number of issues that were asked in the first section of the Bernie Sanders town hall. Some were about policy issues, and he had, unsurprisingly, if you're a progressive, excellent answers. So on Medicare for all, he's like, look, we pay twice as much as any other developed country for our healthcare, so it's going to save us a lot of money. Now, if you watch the Young Turks, you know that. If you're a Bernie Sanders follower, you know that. But most of the CNN audience does not know that. That's probably the first time they've ever heard that. And so that even foreclosed Wolf Blitzer asking about how are you gonna pay for it, right? But Wolf Blitzer did ask, I think it was a record breaking for Wolf, 3 follow-ups on, how about private insurance? You're gonna get rid of people's private insurance. And he's like, they're gonna have the same doctors, the same hospitals. They're just not gonna have the annoying insurance. So their card is gonna say Medicare instead of Blue Cross Blue Shield. But they can go to any doctor, they're gonna have better coverage than they have today. So those were excellent answers.
Yes. What I loved about that exchange is Wolf Blitzer specifically asked, well, this number of people like their private insurer, so under your plan, would they be able to keep their private insurer? And he doesn't equivocate, he doesn't give he's like, no.
Yeah.
No private insurance unless you want to get a nose job.
Sure.
Right?
Because it would defeat the purpose. It would create a 2-tier system that would undermine ultimately. It's sort of like public school versus charter school. We'd create this, again, 2 tiers that would completely ruin the idea behind Medicare for all.
Yeah, it was just 2 more things on that. One, to Anna's point about not equivocating. At one point, he even said, damn right. Right? And I was like, whoa, okay, I love that, right? So would you take away people's private insurance? Yes, I would. Would you raise taxes on the rich and corporations? Damn right I would. And he said, look, there's 3 people in the country that make the same as the bottom 50%. It's not that we don't have enough money. It's that we're choosing to distribute that money in a way that is greatly inequitable to people, including veterans who are homeless in the street. And it's at one point, finally, the audience that's not supposed to clap just burst out in applause.
Yeah.
I also love the, man, Wolf was really indignant. Like the idea that people might not be able to keep their plan, because we all know that people really love individual insurance companies, but they really think that they found like a gotcha. Like Obama said you could keep your particular thing, and then it turned out that a lot of people had plans that just weren't good enough. They didn't fulfill what the law required, so they got better plans and subsidies to pay for them. But gotcha, it changed a little bit. And that he's more frustrated about that and thinks that he can set up Bernie for the same sort of error later on than like Trump over the past couple of years. They literally threw millions of people off their coverage. Like, if you liked your plan, well, now you don't have any insurance at all. And that's a slightly different thing than we're gonna upgrade you to Medicare that you're gonna enjoy more, that's gonna have more benefits, take care of more of your
And then
needs.
he was challenged on 3 different issues that are tougher. One, why should a young person of color, support your campaign? It's a rough way of summarizing the question that was asked. And he said, look, what did I do in 2016, 2018? I went around the country fighting for those women of color who won. And I can attest to that. And if you watch the Young Turks, you can attest to it. You saw it with your own eyes. He came on here with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, fighting for other candidates who were, generally speaking, way younger, more women, more people of color, and he helped them win. That's a good track record. He talked about our revolution as well, yes.
Yeah, the only problem with that answer was I think that the initial question was about what are you going to do about the sexual assault allegations and in your campaign in 2016. And at that moment, I'm glad that Blitzer followed up because he then pressed him, like, how do you really feel? And he's like, it hurt me, it made me feel awful. And he initially didn't say that.
And one last thing, Wolf Blitzer challenged him on his tax returns, and he should release them. Wolf was right to challenge him on that, and he said we will release them. So we'll see when he does. The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.